My name is Emily Rodriguez, and today I'll be exploring a really important question in nutrition. Can a plant based diet help prevent heart disease? We'll look at why this topic matters, what the evidence shows, and how small choices we make each day can impact our long term heart health. My research question is: can a plant based diet reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease in adults? This isn't just a theory, it's a major area of research right now because cardiovascular disease is still the leading cause of death worldwide. Understanding how diet can help prevent it could save millions of lives. Why does this matter? Why focus on diet? Because heart disease often develops silently over decades. According to the American Heart Association in 2023, most cardiovascular events are actually preventable. This means that our lifestyle, especially our diets, play a huge role in whether or not we end up getting heart disease later on in life. I focus on a study by Satija Hu in 2018. Researchers realized that not all plant-based diets are the same. They decided to separate them into three categories. Healthy plant-based diets, who emphasize whole, minimally processed foods like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, and healthy oils. The other diet was unhealthy plant-based diets. Even though they're technically plant-based, they center it around more processed foods like sugary drinks, sweets, refined grains, and fried foods. And the last diet was the overall plant-based diets. These diets mostly reduced animal products but didn't focus as much on food quality. This was a very important distinction to make because it shows that eating a plant-based diet isn't automatically healthy. It really depends on what kind of plants you're eating. This was a prospective cohort study, meaning researchers followed tens of thousands of participants over time for years, tracking their diets and monitoring who developed heart disease. This type of study is important because it shows real world relationships between diet and disease risk rather than just short term results. The results of this were clear. Participants who followed a healthy plant based diet had a 25% lower risk of coronary heart disease. Those on an overall plant based diet had an 8% lower risk, so they do still benefit, but at a much smaller level. And those who ate at unhealthy plant-based diets actually had a 32% higher risk of developing heart disease. It shows how much refined carbs and processed foods have an effect on your health. Diet quality, not just plant-based eating, makes a major difference in heart health. To get the benefits, it's really important to focus on these key foods: whole grains like oats, quinoa, and brown rice, fruits, which are rich in fiber and antioxidants like berries and oranges, vegetables, especially leafy greens like broccoli, nuts and seeds, which promote healthy fats, and healthy oils such as olive oil and avocado oil. Simply replacing meat with processed bread, chips, and sweets won't offer the same protection. Final thoughts on this: the key takeaways are that plant based diets can protect against heart disease, but only if the foods are high quality. Processed plant based foods don't offer the same benefits. More whole grains, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and healthy oils can make a real difference. Even small improvements like swapping refined grains for whole grains can add up over time. In conclusion, plant based diets offer a powerful way to lower the risk of heart disease, but the quality of the food matters just as much as the food source. Choosing a nutrient rich whole foods rather than just avoiding animal products is what truly supports heart health. Remember, eating smarter today means a healthier heart tomorrow. Thank you so much for listening.